historically a Republican, but I've been close with, well, a couple. They weren't Republican politicians, but they were nonpartisan politicians who were Republican. Anyway, people know my history if they want to look. But I thought something was weird when Voss resigned. But now that they're all doing it, and I keep thinking of Elon Musk coming to Green Bay, wearing that cheese hat, funding Republicans, while all this crazy stuff is happening. We've got a wave of high profile Wisconsin Republicans are retiring or not seeking re election in 2026. Now, retirements, that kind of makes sense, but high level people all of a sudden quitting. Um, Obviously, Voss, Senate Majority Leader Devin Mehu, Assembly Leader Robin Voss, Andre Jacques, that was the one that shocked me. I was like, wait, what? Because he's Green Bay once upon a time, right? Rob Hunton, Van Wangard, and Jesse James, at least 9 state lawmakers are stepping down, creating significant upheaval within the GOP caucus ahead of November. I mean, here's the list, like, so I could just scroll. There's like a whole. You could look it up yourselves, people. I should have this on shorts. Maybe I will later, but I don't want a ton of people to see this quite yet. Just the people that matter. As for why I'm, because, well, Chris Weary resigned, right? And there's all this stuff, and I don't know if they're just standing up against tyranny in some kind of weird way that I will not comply. But with all the crazy stuff happening and indictments here and there, and I hope he didn't get involved in anything like that. I don't think that he got involved in anything. I just want my friend to be okay, even if he doesn't want me to be okay. I don't know really what to say about Guy Zima, but I know that Zima wanted me when I lived in Michigan last time. He wanted me to vote for Republicans, and I kind of listened, but mostly I voted. If there was Libertarians, I was voting mainly for those because it's kind of what I was. How I start my first vote that I casted as an adult in the 90s was for Libertarian Senate uh, Libertarian that was running. I think he got like 200 some votes, but he also spent like 3 hours on the phone with me telling me about the Libertarian Party, and I was sold. Now not so much, because like I know it's taboo to be libertarian, be like I believe in some social programs, but maybe I'm not really a libertarian or a Republican or a Democrat. Maybe I'm just a human fucking being that's an American and whatever. So I hope that that's what's going on. That they're just kind of taking a stance against Trump, because I tell you what, if Wisconsin crumbles, like you're gonna see where the true heart of America, right, is allegedly. Um, but I don't know. I feel some kind of way. I mean, I suppose it means eventually sometime I could go home. I just mentioned like Madison. Well, I should be in Madison getting MRIs and seeing the MS specialist now. I have had a referral, but I mean, changes to voter maps have altered districts, leading some, like Andre Jacques, to face re election in areas where they no longer live. Oh. Hmm. Sinking ship concern. Democratic officials argue these retirements are a result of avoiding a tough re election battle and in a shifting political landscape. If there's a reason to it. Again, if I said some effed up Republican stuff, Elon Musk doing all that bribery in Wisconsin and all these tech companies competing, now he's suing OpenAI. We're talking like about quantum computing and neurotechnology and all these new things. I mean, you think Chappy GPT is interesting? That's a fart in the wind compared to what's being built behind the scenes. So make it make sense. I don't think that this is about. I don't know if the Republicans realize it, but I'm sure that Elon Musk knows his motivation. Even though he has a company where he's allegedly going to help disabled people, by helping isolate them so he can win elections and build his company. I'm pretty sure by the time this is all said and done, there's not going to be such a thing as Neuralink. It's disgusting what I've been through, but people wouldn't believe it until they experience it, and they will. Because nobody's really stood up and tried to fight for anything, and the people that were, I'm not talking about those guys, but like with the Weary's down and he hates me now. Um, I don't know what Zima did last time he went to council. He's like, "You're all doing a great job," and it's like, okay, I'm not really, but whatever. It is what it is, but something's coming. Because you don't see that many resignations. That's a prelude to something. Usually, when something like that happens historically, indictments are coming. Um, yeah. So I don't know. I just hope that my friends are okay on both sides. Yeah, including the ones that let the Meta people in to oversee and steal elections. By the way, Meta, Facebook, and Elon, and whatever the fuckery he's doing, I don't think they're necessarily friends. And all of this fucking bullshit tech shit. You know, because once upon a time, like techs, they use all kinds of different technology, but now there's a .com 2.0 going, and everybody saw what happened with Bill Gates and fucking Steve Jobs like years and years and years ago, right? And they want to try to recreate that, but at the same time, they don't realize that, well, there's all this quantum stuff going on. The quantum home computing era is about to start, and then when that starts, there's going to be a whole new Windows era. Well, not even Windows, but like an MS DOS. You get what I'm saying, right? There'll be the operating system wars. And I've seen this shit again. Any tech knows what's going on. Everybody's worried about the scientists and the politicians. Nobody seems to be worried about the disabled techs that have been kicked around all over the place, slandered, and then nobody wants to help. So why did the place? I guess that. Oh, in Wisconsin, did you know that like if you get screwed over, if like you get kind of hate crimed out of a fucking place to live and you're disabled or whatever, like you have 15 days to like appeal it, and if you're too disabled to get that done, oh well, too bad, so sad. There's no justice. So I'm kind of happy to see the whole fucking shit crumble. I'm just worried about my friends. I want to make sure. Well, they haven't really been worrying about me, but I guess I'm not like them. So anyway, just like I'm not really like my dad, according to you. Just whatever, right, Mom? So yeah, so that's my video. I said what I said. I say what I say. And do I sometimes say things that I shouldn't? Yeah, but does that matter when I'm look at what's been going on? So whatever. Hopefully things will improve eventually. I didn't know that Jacques got mapped out of his district. That's kind of shitty. Yeah, I don't really know the guy, so, but I'm pretty sure that like some of my friends and enemies and frenemies knew him and are friends with him, so he probably matters, like other than politics, right? Because like at the end of the day, politicians are still human beings. What's different about politicians is they were programmed into this. I don't know how to explain it other than the teeth, right? I just want everybody to be okay, especially me. So anyway, that's my video. God bless America and Goddess bless America and hail, whatever, all the things, because, Kabbalism is like exploring all the things, and if that's not right, then I don't even want to be a Kabbalist, but I am of Jewish lineage. I am of Sephardic lineage. I didn't know that my entire life until a month before the war started. Speaking of like neurotech and like the DARPA mind control and shit like that, and the spy microphones. People are gonna sue about the spy microphones, but there's spy cameras going out all over the city so that anybody can be tracked and hunted. And I've talked about that too, but nobody wanted to listen. So I guess when the shit pops down, you better be ready. I think that's how that goes. Hopefully not though. And as people do their indictments, I wrote the Department of Justice today, and it's like, you do your thing. But just remember, like, Gretchen Whitmer almost got kidnapped once. And I believe that happened. I mean, maybe it didn't, but she's a beautiful, smart woman, and I mean, kind of look at the world. Look at the country. So I would make make sure that she's protected, and if you don't, then you don't really work for America, then you work for fucking partisan bullshit, and that's not how America was ever supposed to work. You can't have a two-party system with, like, one wing that's, like, overpowered, and that's what keeps happening, and it's just fucking bullshit. And I'm not saying we should move to a fucking king, no. It's time for ranked choice, four-party system voting. It's time for ranked choice voting. Or no country at all, or the end of the world. So hopefully people would go with the ranked choice voting, and let's fix this shit. And Trump needs to start listening to all the people and stop acting like a fucking dictator. In case you wonder, do I hate Trump? No, but I hate how he's been acting. And I hate what he's been doing. Not all of it, but a lot of it. I feel like he's a businessman and a con man, and I gave him a good chance. And I have a feeling that there's probably some Republicans that agree with me on that, at the very least, if nothing else. So there's that. Anyway, peace, love, light, and kittens, and even though nobody cares about me anymore, I still care about everybody else. You know what that means? I fucking win.